Hey friends, welcome back to another children's sermon. For those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are coming back, it is good to be with you again. My name is Becca for everybody who's new here. And today we're going to do a children's sermon on today's gospel. So today's gospel comes from John chapter 6 through 56 through 59. So for those of you who need a friendly reminder, John is a gospel in the New Testament, and he's the last gospel of the four gospels. So there's Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. So I have something hiding behind my pillow, and I really want to show it to you because I've been working really hard on this, and so I'm going to show you what I've been practicing. So this is a string. So I've been working really hard on a task with this string. Can you think about what the task might be? I have been practicing tying a bow. So I'm going to show you how I tie a bow because I'm really excited about it. So first I tie a knot, and then I make a loop, and then wrap my loop around, and I pull it tight. And now I have a bow. Look at it. It looks so pretty. I would probably tape this on my wall as a decoration, or I put it on a Christmas present or a birthday present. I just think bows are so special. But you know what's important about bows is I tied this bow the exact same way I would tie my shoes. Can you remember how hard it was to learn how to tie your shoes? It takes lots of practice, doesn't it? What are some other things that are really hard to learn how to do? Can you remember? Do you remember learning how to eat? You know, babies drink out of bottles, but we had to learn how to chew our food really good so that it was small enough to swallow. Do you remember learning how to talk? Do you remember how hard it was to learn how to talk and to mimic all the noises that we use as words? That can be so hard, especially because like B and P, they sound similar and our mouths look the same. Talking is a really hard task. Tying our shoes is really hard. So nobody mentioned this, so I'm kind of surprised. Do you remember learning how to walk? Walking is so hard. If walking were easy, we'd come after we were born a month later, we'd be walking all over the place. Have you ever seen a tiny baby walking? That's why it takes us so long to learn to walk. That's why we're 9 or 10 months old when we learn to walk, or older, because walking can be really hard. So when you were learning to walk, did you ever fall down? Did you give up? I didn't think so, because you're walking right now. If you're walking right now, that means you did not give up on learning how to walk. You kept trying and you kept learning until you knew how to do it. And now, not only can you walk without falling, usually, you can run and skip and walk backwards and jump. You can do all these different things. That is some very impressive learning we've done our whole lives to learn how to move our bodies. All because we don't give up, which is really cool. Well, perseverance is what they call that. We persevered. We were determined to learn. So I want to tell you about our gospel today. Remember, it comes from John chapter 6, and Jesus is talking about learning. He's teaching his disciples what it means to follow him. And after hearing Jesus talk about what it means to follow him and be a follower of Christ, and what that means is how do we treat others as Jesus treats us? How do we learn how to be good friends and family and strangers to people? We learn from Jesus. And after that, some of the disciples were like, this is way too difficult. This is just too hard. It's too hard to be nice to everybody. It's too hard to love everybody. It's too hard to care for everybody. And then some of them quit. Yep, you heard me right. Can you believe that? Some of the disciples quit being disciples. They actually stopped being Jesus's disciples. But then there were some that didn't, thankfully. And they continued. They continued to be disciples, and they stayed. And the disciples told Jesus that they were staying because they knew what Jesus was teaching was the best thing they could learn. They knew that Jesus was the Son of God, that he was the real deal. They believed who Jesus told them he was. And they knew that what Jesus was teaching was the best thing they could learn. So I think today's story is just a really good reminder about why we keep following Jesus, because Jesus's example is the best thing we can learn. It's the best way for us to share God's love. It's the best way to treat others as we want to be treated, because Jesus teaches us how to do that. So, like practicing and never giving up tying our shoes or walking or talking or eating, we have to practice our faith. And we practice that with our friends, with our family, with other people, by praying and going to worship. And then in the later stories of Jesus's life, we hear the disciples were not giving up on following Jesus. And then they share their faith and they build the church. So we practice our faith to share our faith. All right, friends, that's our story. If you want to go back and read the gospel, it comes from John chapter 6, verses 56 through 59. Till next time, friends. See ya.